Hey meds, I'm Allie. Most of you guys know me either from different committees or because I'm running for president of the SMSS. I prepared a quick 3 or 4 minute video for the people who can't make it to the speeches because I know you guys all have really busy lives. So we'll get to some humorous video and a couple PowerPoint slides in a second, but I just wanted to share a little bit about myself. I've been on the Political Advocacy Committee, the Physician Wellness Initiative, and the Student Council for Representative Admissions, and I've been active in those for the last year. Outside of medicine, I love doing campus rec activities. I play a ton of Frisbee, and I hit up the dance floor at just about every med event. But let's get to it. We'll go to the PowerPoint slides right now. So first off, we can start with the objectives of the SMSS, and it's threefold, basically to represent the interests of its members, facilitate involvement in extracurricular activities, and I think really importantly and lastly is to promote a healthy and happy college. So we can move into the major points of interest. The short-term and long-term goals. First of all, we all know how many emails we get. I know you guys probably can tell just about how many that you can completely go through and remember. And we know how many websites there are also to get to scheduling, so we need to address that. And the next point is a rather interesting one, so let's get right to that.
The lonely, helpless earth. The 21st century world of the future. And lurking beyond the cold, strange immensity of conquered space, growing and spreading beyond the warped imagination of the greatest human intellect, exploding in unspeakable horror.
Don't ask any questions.
One woman searches for a last chance to save the human race from the desperate hunger of thirst.
Okay, so maybe our evolving curriculum isn't that scary, but we've definitely undergone a lot of changes, and my year in second year, even though the content is the same, looks very different even from what the third years had when they were in second year. Student groups, we have about 20 student groups. It's getting really big, lots of information. We need to figure out a way to coordinate the groups and make sure that their information is being heard effectively. We have physician shortages, particularly in rural and remote areas. Many people are aware of this. It's our job as students to communicate with the college, the government, and the SMA how we would like to see things play out in terms of what we can do to help out with the shortages. We also are potentially moving up in seat number. That goes to the faculty council this fall from 84 to 100 seats. So we as a college need to voice what's worked for us in moving from 70 to 84 and what challenges we face. So what do we want to keep in moving to 100 students and what needs to change? The new academic health sciences building. Within the next year, the SMSS can start to decide what we want for students in the future in terms of what the health science building is going to look like. It's going to be a lot more interdisciplinary, but it's our job to think about things in terms of what the student experience should be within that new building. Student loans, they're getting bigger and better, and we need to figure out ways of managing our student loan, and we also need to figure out ways of repaying our student loans. Distributed training sites. So we have Saskatoon Regina for Jersey, PA is a new site that's coming in, and Meadow Lake has just been announced. It's great to have more sites, you get more hands-on training, but at the same time we're going to be dealing with possibly 4 different places where our students will be. So what do we need to do to deal with that? So my personal goals are to have the issues that can be resolved now be resolved now. We're going to do a whole bunch of things to achieve short-term goals, and also we can look at long-term goals for the future. And I want to represent you guys in a professional manner. Lastly, I'll leave you guys with the quote, "You as students have enormous power, so use it." The dean just said this last week, and I think it's important for us to know that we are the college. The students make up the College of Medicine, so let's use our power and let's make sure that we're heard.